In this video, we're going to show you how to take the front seats out of a third generation Toyota Prius. If you want to see how to take the rear seats out of a Toyota Prius, then watch our other video. I'll put a link in the description to that video. Now, I'm not sure which reason you're taking your seats out. For whatever reason, the procedure is the same. The procedure is also pretty much the same in Crown Vic, 250, Ford F-250, and many other vehicles. You see we've got one seat out right here, and our reason is because, you know, we paid good money to pay somebody else to clean the car up thoroughly inside and out, and of course now we're doing it ourselves again, which is usually the case. I mean, look what they left between the seats. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? So if you're wanting to really clean your car, take the seats out. It's really easy. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. We're going to show you those on the other side because there is a couple of little tricks, caveats you need to know in order to get in there and get to those bolts. But while we're at it, I mean, check this out. Look at the door jambs. The part of the door jambs they didn't do. That's pretty nasty. They did that part. It was easy to get to. Didn't really even do a real good job of that. Shoot. Now I bet Fab Automotive Detailing wouldn't have done it like this. If I'd been closer to him, I could have taken it over there and paid him to do it. Same thing with Uzo Lou's garage. He would have done a good job. He would have never left door jambs nasty like this. So, and that is the name of their channel. If you're anywhere near them, and don't go somewhere else and pay somebody else where you have to do this stuff yourself. Go to somebody reputable like Uzo Lou's Garage or Fab Automotive Detailing. Now, I suggest you start with the front and get these 2 front bolts by pushing the seat all the way back. And this is, if you ever want to hear me talking about some of my other videos, why I really like cars with the manual seats and I don't like the electric seats, because I mean, if you want to pull it all the way forward, you just grab that bar. You want to pull it all the way back and it's bam, that quick. And if it's electric, then I'm wanting to get to these front bolts. I'm turning the key on and holding a button and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go all the way back. And then the seat is just really heavy when I go to take it out. Whereas with manual seats, it's that quick and that quick. And these are 14 millimeter. Just break it loose and then go to town with it. Now there's 2 reasons I'm not using the air on this. Number 1, I don't want to drag the hose over the paint to get to these. Number 2, I'm too lazy to drag out all the air hoses and stuff today. And this is kind of a lazy job. I mean, this is just so easy, taking the seats out of something like this. And that's why I suggest anytime you clean a car, just go ahead and take the seats out. One other thing I wanted to show you is on the driver's seat. I'm sure there's going to be one on the passenger seat as well. But on the driver's seat, there's a couple of electrical connectors. See these guys right here? So you take the ones out of the front first, then you slide the seat all the way forward, you take the ones out of the back, then you tip the seat back and you take these electrical connectors loose. You're going to have to, you can see on the bottom, you reach underneath the bottom and push that in while you pull and it'll come loose. You can't see that when you're working on it, but you can see it right here. And this one is down in there. That little release is down in there. So you got to get down in there with your nail and push on that, and it's going to be on the bottom like that, so you're not going to be able to see it. You got to feel for it. So feel for that little release right there and push it in towards the wire while you pull. So you got the front loose and it's that quick to get to the back. And here in the back, the trick you need to know on this one is that you've got to push forward. It's hard to do with one hand. Push forward and get that corner loose and then push back. And the reason why is because there's a clip right here that's turned backwards, and you got to push that forward and get it off. And then there's a couple of clips here that just pull loose, and that gets you access to this bolt right here, which is also 14 millimeter. And over here on this side, this one, just pull towards the back. Grab the inside edge and pull towards the back, and all the clips release. It comes right off, and then you have access to this rear bolt. Break it loose, and away we go. The reason I like to do the front ones first is because it leaves the seat in the position that I'm wanting it to be in for lifting it out of the car. I want the seat to be pushed all the way forward on the tracks when I go to lift it out of the car. I also want the seat back to be in the fully up position so that the seat is as compact as it possibly can be. Another thing you may want to do is take a towel or fender cover or something and put it on this area right here to make sure you don't scratch anything. See that? As compact as it can be. Now, of course, I can't hold the camera and grab that with both hands and pull it out at the same time, or I would show you that like magic. Now, if you tilt the headrest out towards this way first, and then lift the seat up and twist a little bit this way, it comes out much more easily. It has the same connectors on this side with the same releases as the driver's side. We push in right there, and then this one's actually the most difficult, where you got to really push that in right there. And sometimes, if you have to, take a toothpick and break it in half. Stick the toothpick on top of that and down inside there to hold that down for you, so you can use both hands. Pull it out. That's all there is to it. Till the next video, get off the couch and get dirty.
Stay clean. Don't get dirty. Stay clean.
Before.
No.
Looking much better now. That was worth taking the seats out.
Don't do anything I do in my videos, and don't even do anything I talk about in my videos.
Welcome to Sane Auto. We're so glad you're here. We don't just do repairs and tool reviews.
Bienvenida a Sane Auto. Nosotros no solamente hacemos reparaciones de autos.
We also film hot rods and mod rods, project cars, classic cars, antiques.
Nosotros también filmea autos antiguos, mod rods, hot rods, cualquiera.
We also like to take you with us to the car shows and the cruise-ins, so make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything.
Me gustaría llevarte con nosotros a los cruise-ins y car shows. Entonces, empuja ese botón y toca de campaña para que no pierda nada.
Hello.